everyone, I'm Moody Boo and I'm back with a very special perfume review. Now I gotta give kudos again to Citizen70. It's Citizen_70 in his eBay store. He is the nicest guy. He went and sent me, he got it from, I believe it was Dubai, and wanted to make sure I was one of the first to get a sample of it. And this is Chanel's Le Lion or Le Lion. I don't know how you say it, but wow. I mean, who is this guy? Who does that anymore? I have not been real impressed with their recent releases in a while. Actually, my last favorite is Coromandel, and Coromandel is like one of the best perfumes on the planet. Let me just get that out there. Now, this isn't supposed to be a real animalic. It's not necessarily about the animal lion, as I understand it. It's more about their symbol, the lion symbol. How that equates to a perfume, I have no idea. But I do get some animalic out of it. So it starts off with a bright citrusy bergamot lemon kind of a thing. And then the mid notes and the bottom notes really kind of come together for me. This one does not have a big trajectory in my opinion. It stays fairly linear. And it's lemon, bergamot, vanilla, patchouli, labdanum, and sandalwood. And it's really lovely. Is it one of my tops from them? Because I do love Chanel Chance. I've always loved that one. And of course, Coromandel. So I haven't tried that many from the House of Chanel. I kind of stopped at Coromandel because it's so good. It's like they would just disappoint me from that point forward after making Coromandel, in my opinion, because it's perfection. I do love Chanel Chance. I've gone through a bottle of Otandra. I have smelled Cuir de Russie, and I really like that one. I almost popped for it, but I didn't. I've tried some others that just didn't quite capture me, but they were unique, and you could tell they smell of quality. And that's the house. I mean, Chanel is quality. And Le Lion or Le Lion is no exception. It's funny because there's no tobacco in this, but for me, it's like a patchouli, tobacco-y kind of an amber perfume. It's definitely ambery. It's not heavy sweet. It's got some sweetness, more of it in the dry down. At the very top between, I think, the patchouli and some of the citrus notes and the labdanum. And I love labdanum, but labdanum will give you a hint of animalic. And this one does. It has a fur effect at the very beginning. So even if they weren't trying to make it smell like the animal as opposed to the icon, they still managed to kind of get some of that animal in there. Because this labdanum to me is animalic kind of a smell. And you add that to the patchouli and some of the citruses, and I get this kind of dry tobacco smell, like tobacco drying in the sun or something. It really is lovely. Is it mind-blowing to me? No, it's not. Is it one that I'm probably going to put on my husband's shelf to wear? Oh, hell yeah. This is one that does much better on the skin, though. I gotta warn you. Well, not warn you, but just notify you that on my clothes, it just didn't smell as good as it did on my skin. It needs that heat and the body oils and your own scent to kind of mingle with it, I think, to really bring out some of those notes. And it's a lovely perfume. It doesn't perform the best out of Chanel's. Now, Coromandel, for me, performs like crazy. It's a good 9-10 hour long-lasting perfume, projects easily arm's length for many hours. This one is a little lighter. This one, okay, it's a lot lighter than Coromandel, but it's more, I would say, moderate sillage. So it'll go to arm's length, but it comes fairly close on me. But it is really hot out. We're like 90 degrees right now and yesterday, and that's all I've been testing is in hot weather right now. So I have tested it inside in the AC, and it's not a big projector. And it only lasted on me, I would say, well, not only, it did last, I'd say a good 8 hours, but it got really close. I had to get really close to smell it. It's very unisex, but I think a lot of women will think this is more on the masculine side. And I think it's because of the labdanum, patchouli, and those citruses and sandalwood. Now, I think a lot of women could pull this off. Absolutely. And I am one of them. But I'm not sure it's going to appeal to as many women as it will appeal to men. Straight up. Now, will I buy a full bottle of this? It depends on how it works on my husband. I wish it was a hint sweeter for me personally, but it's fairly well blended, but there's a lot of dominant notes to me, and I feel like they're kind of fighting for the spotlight a little bit. Because that labdanum patchouli, they really have a tug of war there, in my opinion. When you get to that deep dry down and it gets a little bit sweeter and it gets a lot closer, that is my favorite part of this perfume. I wish that part projected more, and then I probably would be buying a full bottle of it. I think if this was a little sweeter, and if one of the notes could win the battle and come to the forefront a little more and be the star of the show, I might understand it a little better. I do really like it, don't get me wrong. It's quality. It's very nice. People are going to love this perfume, I have a feeling. But it does, I hate to say it, it reminds me of another Chanel, and I can't think of which one. But it does a little bit remind me of another Chanel. Now, Chanel is like Guerlain, and they do have their own DNA. They have their own polypeptide chains that absolutely link each of the perfumes to whatever house that is. I mean, Guerlain, you can tell their DNA from a mile away. And Chanel, I can too. I smell the Chanel DNA in here. Not necessarily from Chance or one of those, but more from some of the exclusives. I definitely get that DNA. It's really nice. And it's one that I think is going to be a slow burner. I think it's going to grow on me the more I wear it. Right now, I'm on the fence about buying a full bottle. But again, it's going to depend on how this performs on my husband. And yep, it's nice to see Chanel come out with a new exclusive. And it was so nice of Citizen 70 to send this to me. Are you freaking kidding me? That was like rock star quality kind of shit to do. So I'm going to put a link below to his store. Be sure to show him some love because he is just one of the nicest guys, and it's really nice to have an eBay store that you know you can trust, that has authentic quality juice in their repertoire without huge prices. So really check out Citizen 70. He's a wonderful guy. He's great at communicating too, so if you have questions, just ask him. I really think this is going to be one that people are going to like. It's very leathery. Did I say that already? I think I said that already. I thought I was having some kind of revelation by adding the leather in there. The leather is not a note, but I get leather. It's like leather, patchouli, amber, labdanum. That's the main, with a little bit of vanilla in there. And when it first starts, you do get those citruses, but they go away pretty quick. I don't get a lot of sandalwood, but I think it's there. There's a hint of tart in there, almost a hint of sour. It's a very common Chanel sour, though. I've smelled it before in other perfumes. Don't ask me which ones. I couldn't tell you. But that's in there. this like leather sour is what I'm trying to say. That leather, like a suede leather, can have a hint of sour in there if you smell it real close. And that's kind of what I'm getting. I'm getting this leather, patchouli, amber, labdanum. Yeah, that's it in a nutshell. This video could have been a minute long if I'd have just started it with that. And mic drop. That's all it is. That's all you need to know. All right. Well, that's it for me, everybody. And thanks again, Citizen 70. I just can't tell you how much I appreciate that. All right. Well, everybody take care of themselves. Use your own nose. I think my dog just puked. And I'll talk to you soon. All right. Peace.